Greetings, people of the internet. This is Scott with CircWorks, and this is Beyond 100 Days of Making Comics. What is Beyond 100 Days of Making Comics? Well, it's where I picked up where I left off on my 100 Days of Making Comics journey. And if you don't know what that is, that's where you spend at least 30 minutes a day working on your own personal comic book project. And I have wrapped that up, but I'm not done with my comic. The goal isn't necessarily to finish the comic, but to make significant progress. So I'm still working on it, and it's kind of, if you've been following me, you know it's kind of been bumpy, but lately I've been on track. I've been working on it, so that is good. Still really busy getting ready for the Phoenix Comic Con, and got a lot of cool stuff I want to show you. But I showed a few things that I'm working on. I did an unboxing video. That was kind of cool. Had fun with that. But you can see a few of the products or things that are going to be used to build products and things like that. But I'll have more on that. Got a whole lot more videos planned. But I did do a lot of work on the comic book. And when I go back to 30, when I was talking about 30 minutes a day, that was sort of the way the challenge works. Since then, I'm putting in that same amount of time, but not necessarily 30 minutes a day. Like usually I'll put like one day aside or whatever. But I did a lot of work on, well, first I got to talk about my comic, don't I? Because I always do. I have to get the formalities out of the way. This is my comic. These are the two covers for number 1, number 2, and I'm working on the cover. Actually, I finished the cover for 3, penciling and inking anyway, and I'm going to show you that. That's what I've been working on. But anyway, Young and the Dead. It's a kids versus zombie adventure stories. It's kind of like Goonies meets Night of the Living Dead. If you like Goonies or Monster Squad or E.T. or all those type of old 80s adventure kid-centric movies, then this is probably a comic book for you. So anyway, like I said, I've been working on the cover. Now the cover is usually something I wait for the very end after I've illustrated the entire book. But again, if you're following along, you'll know that my plan was to have the issue 3 done by Phoenix Comic Con. It's not going to be done, so what I'm going to do is a little, this is just something I'm going to do that's by, I don't want to say by demand, what's the word, by request. Like if somebody asks, hey, you said you're going to have number 3 out, where is it? And so I'm not going to print a lot of these, so it's not going to be something on my table, but if somebody asks about it, I'm going to have the first like 8 pages done, and I think I'm just going to sell this for $1, but it's going to have a coupon for $1 off for issue 3 when it does come up. And it'll have like information on this channel, so if anyone's not familiar, you know, if they're waiting for the book, if they're excited enough to ask for it, and maybe they don't know this thing and they don't know that I'm actually working on it as we go, so they can kind of keep up with the progress of that. So anyway, so like I said, usually I wait till the end of the book's done, but since I needed to get this book out, I needed to do something for the cover. At first I was just going to maybe just do a little logo. I wasn't going to, but you know, spend time to do the whole cover, but I figured, you know, if I'm going to do something, I might as well just design the cover and then it'll be done. So anyway, and this cover I'm really excited. I think this is my favorite cover so far. Again, I'll show you these are the 2 that are out now. Now, the original cover I'm real big on, you know, there's a lot of kids, again, this goes back to the 80s adventure films, so kids riding bikes and everything. I mean, that's such an iconic image from E.T., you know, the other than the 2 fingers touching, the other iconic issue or image, and it's also even the logo for Steven Spielberg's production company. Or I don't know if he still does that or not, but the Amblin logo had, you know, E.T. over the moon riding the bike. But there's that whole scene where they're riding the bikes and they fly, and then, you know, same thing with Goonies. They're, you know, what was it? Brand is riding that little girl's bike and, you know, trying to catch up, and all the other kids are riding bikes. So that's a big part. It's a big part of just being a kid, I think, in the 80s. I mean, it seems like we got out a lot more, at least more than like my kids do, but we're out riding bikes in the dirt and doing all kinds of adventures on bikes. So bicycles factor in quite a bit in this story. So I wanted to, that was going to be the original image, was the kind of kids on their bikes. But even though the kids ride their bikes in the first issue, haven't really been introduced to all the kids. So I kind of held off on that, but I'm gonna do that for this issue 3. That's what I just did. So the scene is kind of after this. I've brought this up before. This montage where the kids are, you know, basically getting ready to go out and fight zombies. They're in the garage, so they're, duct taping all kinds of weapons and stuff to their bikes and getting ready to head out. So this is kind of a wrap. I wrapped all that up in this image. This is the cover. Also, I filmed the whole process of me doing this cover, and put it all together, and it's going to be a speed video. I just have to narrate it. But yeah, I compressed like, oh geez, I don't know how long it took. 4 or 5 hours. Drawing this thing and inking this thing into like, I think 12 minutes of video. So yeah, that was fun, other than the large file sizes. But like I said, it got compressed. So that's something I've been also talking about for a while, is getting these videos and doing some more short form videos, because a lot of people just don't have the time to sit. They're not like me, where maybe they're not drawing and they're just constantly looking for videos to play in the background. So I'm going to do some more short form videos. That's going to be one hopefully coming soon, along with a bunch of other videos. So anyway, here we go. So here is, as you can see, the cover. Like I said, I'm pretty proud of this. Bicycles are not easy to draw, especially because it's like, vehicles in general are hard to draw, but bicycles in particular, because for one, you've got like spokes and things, and any bike that's here, you kind of got to see behind it, and all of this. I mean, it's not that easy, but it is fun. It's challenging, and I enjoy drawing this. So this is the cover. For now, it's just going to be in black and white, because this little mini comic thing I'm going to do for the convention is just going to be black and white. But I am looking forward to coloring this in the future. And yeah, I'm already thinking about like the graphic design of it and everything. I try to give a different feel. This has kind of got like a greenish, bluish color to it. As you can see, it's green on the back. This one's a little more yellow on the back. So I'm trying to figure out, maybe I'll go with more of a dark blue. But each issue will kind of have a different color that goes along with it, until I finish it, and then hopefully collect it in a trade. So again, super happy to get that done. That's what I've been working on in the comic book so far. What else? In other comics news, I did, if you've been following me, you know that I was working on another comic book for a client, The Time Traveler, and I actually got copies of those. This is the finished copy of The Time Traveler. And so they did a big kind of a launch event. The organization, you can check them out, kidsahope.org. And basically what they do is they try to take away that there's this stigma, or this idea that kids at risk, and they're trying to change that perspective. And you're not at risk, you're at hope. There's a future for anyone, no exception. Kids, no exceptions is, I think, part of their tagline. So anyway, great organization. Enjoyed working with them, and so we did a little launch party every year. They have this thing called the Masters Course, where they bring in all the people from the schools all over the country, and they just do a seminar and different things, and then they'll take them to like field trips to different schools and meet with different people and all this. But so they had the world's greatest slam dunk artist, Kenny Dobbs, at one of these events, and he put on a little presentation. And I think before I close this video out, I'll show like a little thing he did where he actually jumps over somebody and dunks a ball in the hoop and everything. And then so that he did the little demonstration, and we gave out the books. And so yeah, we signed some autographs and things like that. That was fun. But it's kind of, so I figure I was done with this book, but I met with the guys today from Kids at Hope and Kenny Dobbs, and there's like some changes and things, which is a little odd, because usually you don't get to this point with a printed book and then go to changes. But Kenny Dobbs wasn't, I guess, integral into deciding what went into the pages. I don't know. I just went off of what, I showed the work to the organization, and they said, yeah, it's good. And then he came back and he wanted some changes, and a lot of the changes I think it's going to make for a better book. So I am excited, and it's more work for me because it's already been approved. It's not like, it kind of sucks for Kids at Home, because they're going to have to pay more money when we could have got around that. But anyway, so I met with them, so I'm going to be doing some more work on this, and so this may be a collector's item, because there's going to be very few issues of this out. We're going to redo it, and it should, a lot of changes, but again, it'll keep me busy, because other than, the show and everything like that, I got a few smaller things, but nothing big. So anyway, that's going to be coming out soon. And I think that's probably about it for this update of Beyond 100 Days of Making Comics. If you like these updates, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that little thumbs up button. That helps other people see them. And what else? I already said subscribe, like, comment. If you have any questions or anything, I try to get back to everyone, at least now when I don't have a billion comments. Hopefully I get to the point where that's going to be a problem, but I'll figure that out when I get to it. But so yeah, I'm going to say my sign off, but I'm just going to throw that video, and I'll throw a little picture of that event from that Kids at Hope thing. So I'll see you next week, and hopefully I'll have some more stuff done on Young and the Dead. And until then, that is all.